Today we have a very special home, the home of Agnes and Lowell Walter on Cedar Rock on the Wapsipinicon River in Independence, Iowa. This was designed and built by Frank Lloyd Wright. The Walters owned a road building company, and when they were retiring, they wanted to build a very special home on this parcel on a bluff that overlooked the Wapsipinicon River. And they saw something in Ladies' Home Journal about a Frank Lloyd Wright home, and they wanted to build something very much like that for their home. Now, Frank Lloyd Wright believed in building with nature, building with the slope of the land, and bringing the sense of greenery and nature from the outside into the house. And they've done that very well here, as you can see on this retaining wall that runs along the garden room, as they called it. The room has celestial windows above the roof, as you can see, and lots of glass within. And then the bedroom wing stretches out behind the house. And you can see each of those open to the outside. The garden room has masses of windows, and it actually has grapevines that grow up through the roof and across the roof. So again, bringing light in through those cutouts, and then also shading from bright sunlight by the long, low-slung overhangs. Lots of beautiful brickwork here. This is what they called on the blueprints the maid's room, but they never had a maid, so this was the guest room. It was a little bedroom and a bath just outside the main house on the opposite side of the carport. As you can see, there was no garage, just a carport, and this is the outside of that guest room. The roof then slung across, came to the bedroom wing. The roof is actually concaved a bit to help with the shedding of water and such. As you enter the house, a nice foyer, a low-slung ceiling. It's designed so you would move through this part of the house to get to the main room where the ceiling rises up. Lots of brickwork here, lots of decorative pieces. And this is the garden room. You can see that it's just a nice, big, beautiful room. Lots of greenery inside, again, bringing nature inside out. Frank Lloyd Wright believed in doing everything with the home, so he designed all the furniture in this home as well. It's got a beautiful floor tiling, and there's heat underneath that floor. This is the dining room area, and the kitchen is beyond that. You can see these celestial windows. There was no air conditioning, so you could open these up and let air go through the house. There was a heating system along the windows, and there was also heating pipes underneath the floor, so the radiant heat. This is a beautiful picture of the whole garden room, the dining room and back. A nice open fireplace for gathering. You can see it's in a smaller part of the home. This is a piano they had. The logs are 5 foot 3 inches long. I'll explain that in a bit. And you can see outside to see the river. Each piece of furniture was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. The chairs, the tables, they were all designed to fit, and he had a specific place within the house where those should be. You can see those interesting footstools there. Beautiful, connecting to the outside with a wonderful veranda here, and then again rising up. And one of the details, actually, with the celestial windows, he reversed that on the corners. So you see these beautiful glass corner pieces. The kitchen was pretty modest those days, but they have the original stove here, original cabinets. Hey, our open shelving that's so popular today, Frank Lloyd Wright was doing this back in the 40s. The home was built in 46 to 48. And there's the same make and model of the refrigerator that was in the house. This is the bath for the guest rooms. It's a 2-part bath, so the guest rooms could be doing 2 different functions at the same time. Again, celestial windows above. This is one of the guest rooms in the house. They did not have children, but they did have these beautiful wood walls and nice little rooms. And Frank Lloyd Wright didn't believe in spending a lot of time in the bedroom, so these are smaller rooms. This is another guest room we're seeing here now. And now in the master suite, this is the toilet, and then you can see the sink, and look at what the sink does. It spins around, and then the bathtub, again, 5 foot 3 inches, specially designed. Not sure we would want this in the glam bathrooms we do today, but they did it then. This is the hallway that goes along by the bedrooms, and beautiful open shelving and a lot of storage closets along this walkway. Here's the primary bedroom. 2 twin beds pulled together, and on this one, a nice little makeup table. And then a fireplace was built. This fireplace never drew well, so the first time they built a fire, they kind of filled that area with smoke. Here's closets with some of the Walters' clothes in them, and these creative roll-out shelving as well. And this, of course, is connected to the outside world. So you can just step out of the bedroom. Along that hallway, this was a storage closet for mops and things of that nature, and some of those are there. This was Mr. Walter's gun closet, and he enjoyed hunting. This is the Wapsipinicon. That's looking north from Cedar Rock. Beautiful lake, and there's the south. And this is the boathouse, a wonderful veranda above here for hanging out or having parties down by the lake, entertaining people. And there was a screen porch when the bugs are just too much along the Wapsipinicon, or in the glass room to be communing with nature but outside of the elements. Frank Lloyd Wright designed everything in the house, including this creative light at the edge of the boathouse. And inside the boathouse had a mechanical winch to pull the boat up onto this 45-degree shelf. This is a view from the water. Wonderful outside green spaces. This is a model of the house as it was being designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Wright had one of his students here during construction of the house. The floor plans are also on display here, and this was done on what he called a tadpole, with the head of the tadpole being the garden room and the bedroom stretching out. Frank Lloyd Wright did visit the house after it was built. The Walters had the Iowa Road Building Company. They had the patent on bituminous oil for gravel roads, and they owned this company from the 20s to the 40s, where they sold it to their employees. After that, during the Depression, a lot of the farmers in the neighborhood in this town were going under, and Mr. Walter arranged to buy the homes so they didn't get foreclosed on. Let the tenants, the farmers, rent them back. This is a copy of the letter that he wrote to Frank Lloyd Wright asking him to please design a house for him, and Frank Lloyd Wright wrote back, "There'll be no attic, no basement, please send me details." That was his acceptance letter. This is more about the Iowa Road Building Company. Pretty cool. They sold it to their employees when they left. And of course, in the 1920s and 30s, there was a lot of roads built in Iowa, and they had the patent on oiling roads. Now, Cedar Rock, this home is not available for sale, but you can see it. $5 is what they ask. It's right outside of Waterloo, Iowa. And of course, Frank Lloyd Wright signed the house with his notable tile. Gorgeous, gorgeous mid-century home, the Usonian style home.